What is going on, y'all? Ryan here. Boy, it's been a crazy one already. I can't believe all the things that have happened this year in AI, and I can't wait to show you absolutely some of the coolest things and some of the things that some of us have been waiting on since, well, the day we first played with ChatGPT, let's be honest, or anything remotely similar. I remember, I believe the first taste I got of real large language models working well, doing something of value, was with a little something called Jarvis that was created by a guy named Dave, who's made a couple different startups by now, but it evolved into something called Jasper. And I just didn't know enough about GPT anything at the time to understand what that really was. It took several months. I'm sure it took maybe close to a year before I really understood exactly how this was working. But then it clicked and I was like, oh my God, I could literally make this app in 5 minutes. Like, not nearly as beautiful as his crew did. Shout out to their UI game. It's very strong. But the functionality, these to me were nothing more than, really prompts. They're just prompts to help you do something very, very similar. And I just couldn't understand what it was past that. So what I'm going to do is show you the real stuff, guys. This is going to be the most valuable GPT tutorial on YouTube today. It's November 14th. And I don't think you're going to find anything close to what you're going to see. And to start this off, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an end result project that I made that's extremely useful, real use case, worth some money if you know how to sell things. And then we're going to start from the beginning. I'm going to check the chat and we'll see where things go. But I promise you, this is going to be, or at least the goal here is, this is going to be the most valuable tutorial or a guide when it comes to what are GPTs, what is the Assistant API, and how the heck do you use them, and how will this go down? I'm going to say it first, and I'm just definitely just not afraid to tell you the predictions of what I think is going to happen. I've been pretty spot on so far, thanks to my team and ample amounts of time to research. So let's see. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get my screen ready to share. And I want to just check the chat. How many of you guys have seen DevDay? Did any of you guys watch it? This is what I want to know. We got some people in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stream my phone. Hopefully I don't get any crazy text messages. But it's like that. I'm just not afraid to do the things. I'm going to show you everything, guys. I'm going to show you the coolest app. This is probably the coolest chatbot. I've made 3 really, really gangster chatbots, I believe, this year personally, myself. And this one is actually my favorite. One of my favorites that I've made. This is super cool. So if you haven't had the chance to watch DevDay, I'm going to spoil all of it for you right now. So what I did after the release of GPT-4 Turbo, which they released to us on DevDay, which gave us extra token usage, essentially, to keep it simple. 128,000 tokens. Okay, this is a lot of characters, a lot of words to play with. So I was thinking, great, how can I use this immediately? And then I got to thinking, well, they also gave us new endpoints. They gave us text to speech, which I was totally expecting. As soon as they dropped in the Chat GPT app, the voices, I was like, yeah, we're getting that, the API for sure. But they gave us more than I could have ever hoped for. And I'm going to explain all that. But this is the product made in less than like 10, 15 minutes. Granted, I created the program, so I know how to use everything with my eyes closed. But you can be just as good, or if not better, at me than being creative or just making something phenomenal. And I can guarantee that we have users making a lot more than us. But that's kind of the point. We want you guys to succeed, and you can do that. You can succeed when you've got the right tools. And so here's one of the tools, or one of the end products I made with the tool, chatbot builder.ai, baby. So here's what I did. I took the entire transcript from a YouTube video from DevDay, the entire transcript. There's a ton of words. I think it was like right around 42,000 characters. I took the entire transcript and I just dropped it in the prompt. I didn't say drop it like it's hot, but that's what I felt like I was doing. I just dropped it into the prompt. That should be a rap song. I'm sure it will be if this video goes as viral as I hope it will. I dropped it in the prompt, and then I connected. We're already connected to the API. I just connected in the flow builder right now. I said no flows. I connected in the flow builder, text to speech, integrated right in for you, baby. No API call do you need to make. We do it all for you. And I'm going to explain why this is important. So what you see here on my screen is Winnie just sent a message here. I'll have to check that in a minute. But we've got my phone here. The welcome message is a simple picture. It's a screenshot. And then I've got a voice note. And then I've got a text message. And so I'm going to use my mic so you can hear what's going on. So this is what happens when you first open the app. Well, let's just refresh it so you can see it from the very beginning off rip here. We're going to refresh. Boom. So we get our image, we get our mic, and we get our message that says, go ahead, ask us anything. So here's OpenAI's text to speech. And let's see what, I forget what her name is, Sasha or something. Let's see what she says.
Hello. Welcome to OpenAI's recent DevDay. How can I assist you today? Do you have any questions about the event or anything specific you'd like to know?
Can you guys hear that? I just want to know, were you able to hear that? I'm going to play it again. Play.
Hello. Welcome to OpenAI's recent DevDay. How can I assist you today? Do you have any questions about the event or anything specific you'd like to know?
I'm hoping that you guys can hear that. I'm going to ask it a question now. I'm going to say, what were the top 3 most important? Come on, iPhone. What were the top 3? It might not let me do it when I'm doing this. I'll have to do the old-fashioned way. What were the top 3 announcements? All right, so what's going to happen here, guys? Yes, it was heard. Thank you. And Gerd Doctor, I'm glad you've been getting a lot of help in Discord. Shout out to you. Shout out to my boy Ryan. That's the real Ryan. Ryan McNasty. He's down there. Farron, what's going on? Mrs. Hicks, what's going on? I hope you got a lot of comments with the comment tool. So back to the bot. We just asked, what were the top 3 announcements? And you might be thinking, well, dadgum, Ryan, that's a slow response. Well, let me tell you what's happening. We're generating an image with DALL-E 3. It's based upon the question that I ask as the user. So DALL-E 3 and ChatGPT are working together, doing their thing, understanding the conversation at hand, and they're doing their best, according to what I wanted it to do, is make it a more engaging story. And so we got a picture, we got a voice here. So let's see what's going on. Let's play it. I don't know if we're playing here or not. I'm going to unplug the iPhone here, and I think you're going to just be able to hear it just from my phone itself. You can see it on the screen as well, but let's see if this will work a little bit better. Here we go. So it's very, very low volume here. Let's see if I can turn off my little music. Let's see. Can we play it on the computer and it be louder? Bam. Cool. So I hope y'all heard that. I'm going to ask one more question. Yo, so tell me, who were the main 3 speakers at OpenAI's DevDay, and what was the number 1 point each of them made? No sound? Do you hear me? I hope so. I hope you hear. Here we go. I hear nothing. I hear no sound. Hopefully it's going to play. I hope. You hear my voice? Good. All right, so we're going to get the image next. Windy is everywhere. What's up, Darwin, my man? All right, so we're getting our image. I hear you, but not the bot. Well, we're going to see what we can do about that. The image should be hitting, and then we'll get the text response. Now, keep in mind, this is going to be a minute if they're going to try to find all 3 of the speakers and things that they said and generate the image, but it should work. Okay, so I see what it says. I don't have that information, so I'll say this. I'll say, tell me about the number 1 takeaway from the event. And I believe we should be good here. All right, so here's what we've got. We've got my bot here on my phone mixed up with my new knowledge base here. Let's just see if I can ask one more question to the phone and see if we get an answer. Well, first of all, let's say, who are you? Who are you? Let's see if this will work well. And what do you do? I bet you that anything, that's what it is. Bam. So check this out. I'm gonna show you exactly how I made this, and then we'll go further. So this is my OpenAI account, the one we just worked with, and we've got a welcome message here. And again, this is just the image. We're generating text, generating speech. So let's look at this here a little bit deeper. I'm just gonna do it. First things first, we're generating text. We're using the model 16K. We don't need any business information in here because we're just telling the bot what to do. And in this case, we're telling the bot, welcome the user and ask them what questions they have about OpenAI's recent dev day. We're gonna get the information from OpenAI returned back to us. And we're gonna save this as AI text. It's a custom field, a cuff. All right, so we're gonna continue. That's the first thing that happens. Then we get this image that I've already predefined as a screenshot from the event. The next OpenAI action that we have is going to be to convert that text we just generated into speech. OpenAI is going to handle that for us with their text to speech. And then hopefully you guys can still hear everything. And then it's going to be saved in AI output. The voice type is named Shimmer. These are all of the voices that come from OpenAI. So now the voice has been saved. So the next thing that needs to be done is we need to present that file in to an audio block, and then that will be able to be heard. And then we've also got, just for fun, text block here that says, go ahead and ask me anything. So that is the welcome message. And when we run this, you'll see it work. Hopefully it'll play on the speaker and you'll be able to hear it well. So Here we go. That's exactly what the deal was. So we were on 2 different bots, but now we're back on track, baby. So here's our welcome message. Here's our thumbs up if you can hear that. Hopefully you could. That's the text to speech happening. Hopefully it's coming from my computer hitting my microphone. That's what my hope is. Let's double check the microphones. Is the Yeti, so that's good. It looks like we should be okay. The output is in the Mac. Yeah, so we should, I think. Okay, maybe you don't hear it because the speakers are built in. No bot sound. So let's see if we can make it happen like this. What I'll do is I will say, this is just like so a weak sauce with my volume here. I really want y'all to hear it. First of all, we're going to turn off this trash restream music because it's like driving me nuts. Can hear you just fine. Oh, Asta, you're alive, baby. I was so worried about you off in Fiji, man. I'm glad you didn't get blown away. Let's see what's up with this phone here. I really want y'all to hear. I think you should be able to. Let's do this. Let's close this window because you don't necessarily need to see that. And let's see if I can get a better volume on my phone here. It's like my phone is okay. I know why. It's probably on Bluetooth or something. Bam, got it. Boom. Now we're Gucci time. So now I'll be able to let you hear it from the phone like I planned on. See these demons trying to hold me back. I'm going to show you all the things today. I promise you.
Hello, welcome to OpenAI's recent DevDay. How can I assist you today?
Hopefully,
Do you have any questions about the event or anything specific you'd like to know?
Hopefully you can hear that much better. Is it coming through now? Cool. I'm so glad. All right. CB. So Gucci, we can hear now. So now let's ask a question here. So now I'm going to say, who were the top 3 speakers? We're going to see what's up with this thing here. We're going to say, who were the top 3 speakers? And what was their main takeaway? And let's see if we're going to get the right answer here. We should be able to look at the inbox too, but I just want to make sure everything is happening as I expect here. So here's the conversation. It's going to read what I'm saying to it. Who are the main 3 speakers? We'll get our image here in a second, and then we'll get our text hit back. And I'm going to show y'all how to do this like step by step, starting with the GPTs themselves. So here we come through with the image. Should be anyways. And then I made this with a if you guys actually we can have you guys try it. What you guys can do, we're gonna go to tools here and we'll go to QR codes. And so we'll hit welcome message. Is that what I named it? I believe so. Welcome message generate. So if you want to scan the code yourself, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to hit this thing. So we hear one more voice and we're going to say, what was Sam's number 1 takeaway? Okay. So we just said the question. If any of y'all are hitting it, we'll see that happen too. And then we're going to show you the assistant here. I still feel like that should be a lot louder. So here's the takeaway.
Number 1 takeaway was the introduction of GPTs, customizable versions of ChatGPT tailored for specific purposes.
Hopefully you can hear
Which marks
that.
a step towards the future of AI agents.
Hopefully you can hear that. I'm going to play it one more time.
Number 1 takeaway was the introduction of GPTs, customizable versions of ChatGPT
That's how you do it, baby.
tailored for specific purposes.
So we get our voices back, even though there's like iPhones. Maybe you know what it is, bro. I'll bet you it's because my phone's not plugged in, and iPhone's trying to save that battery. Let's see if this is the trick. I'll bet you anything. I bet you it'll play once I've got more battery. But we can get back to it here. So let's look at ChatGPT. The first thing that we'll talk about, and we'll come back to the bot that I made. Is my favorite bot, just to ask the questions on the YouTube video and get the right answers. But we'll start from square one. So the first thing that they announced is basically they have given everyone the ability to build a chatbot, and they're going to be able to do that using essentially natural language. For those of you that have been in the chatbot world for any length of time, when you look at this, you're going to be totally not impressed. And what's going to happen is you're going to be like, this is so easy. I've been able to make this for years. Or you're going to be like me and say, this is literally a flow, maybe a flow in a function or a flow in an action. And so I'm going to show you how that works, but I'm going to show you, this is the first one that I've made. This is called Knowledge Base GPT. And it's super basic, but it has a little bit of branding. The reason that I've encouraged our users to consider this for anything is literally for the exposure. If you're going to be listed, read my inbox, it answered weirdly. I'll check you out, Farron. It may be because I'm running our white label knowledge base, and I'll explain that. But anyways, I'm just reading comments here. Here's my boy Farron and friends. I'll show you what's up. I think I know exactly what's going on. Anyways, knowledge base here. Knowledge base GPT. I'm here to scan websites using Bing's API to build a strong knowledge base for your chatbots with chatbotbuilder.ai. And so we've got the ability to use these they look like quick replies. They're called conversation starters, which is a term that I saw first from Instagram. I think that's where that or maybe has originated, but Google Business Messenger also has this. Anyways, you could use these, or you could just ask the question yourself. We need to think of a website that we want to try. Let's do this, because this is one that I've actually done myself in some demos. Let's do this. I need a knowledge base for my chatbot, for my website, for my restaurant called Jim and Nick's. It's a large franchise. So for the OGs with me here, bam, son. So I'm explaining all the things. The OGs with me here remember the days where we made this live again, and we just went to Jim and Nick's website, copied and pasted pretty much everything from there. Ryan, yeah, I think I know that's exactly what it is. It's going off of our test here. I'll show you how that's working, and we'll go back and forth, and we'll make that bot together next. That might even be more fun. So this is going off of my instructions. To me, guys, this is like no different for the most part than the custom instructions that they introduced. Which when I saw that, which I never used, and if I did it, I don't think it did anything correctly. Basically, the custom instructions, if you said return all the responses in the tone of Snoop Dogg, basically that's what the custom instructions would allow you to do, which is a core premise of prompt engineering for chatbots, which is different than just asking questions back and forth to ChatGPT. So in this case, I said I need a knowledge base for my chat bot for my website, for my wet restaurant. So to build it, and it tells us all the steps based on the 5 Ps. For the next step, I need information. I just programmed this with natural language, just typing it out. For the next steps, I need specific information about Jim and Nick's, blah, 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 blah. And so I'm going to say, because I have programmed this GPT, again with natural language, to search with Bing, that should be all it needs to do. I'm going to say, search the website to populate the information needed, and then begin the knowledge base with I am the chatbot for Jim and Nick's. barbecue. How can I help? And so to make this go fast, I'm going to basically skip around instead of pretending like I'm such a noob, and we'll go here. And so here we go. We're coming through. Jim and Nick's. Come on, Jim and Nick's. It's trying. Pull on through, baby. It's browsing with Bing. And so one thing I have noticed is there's been so many people just using this, even though the store is not even public. So many people using this that, like, man, it'll probably fail on you, and then it'll be like, oops, sorry, and then you hit it again, and then it'll work. And so in this, to my point, although this is like the way that you would be told to do it now, at some point, copying and pasting it is just as fast, especially if it's for demo purposes. So we are generating that knowledge base, hopefully. And again, this is OpenAI's product, guys. And what's crazy to me is they think people are going to pay for these. They're out of their minds. So we're spinning and spinning and spinning, using Bing. I'll bet you Microsoft, if they're watching, like, please work. Lots of failures with OpenAI the past few days. I believe. Okay, so now we're visiting shop.Jim and Nick's. I believe that's because they've got such a huge influx of users right now trying it, but boom, it didn't fail. They're watching us closely. So based on the information, here we go. This is generating our knowledge base. All right, so it's also citing the sources, which is cool. Right, and it's giving us some menu highlights. Now remember my method, we just literally, again, copied and pasted the whole thing, threw it in there. Is it possible to create your own GPTs based on 3.5 or 4? That's a great question. In GPT world, they make all the decisions for you. So like you can instruct in the prompt, hey, browse this page, hey, do this, hey, do that. And you're going to be able to use different tools they provide. Like this one was browse Bing. So cool. I mean, it's gotten a lot of the same information, guys, as the copy and paste that we did. But I'm going to do something interesting. I'm going to do something that I haven't even tried before. But I should be able to do it because I think that I've got the right tool installed. So what I'll do now is I'm going to say, let's see if this works. I'll be pretty pumped. Great, that's perfect. Now export that so that I can download it into a PDF file. So if this works, I'll be pretty pumped. Code interpreter should be able to do this easily. That's what it's doing right now. Looks like you got reference links. Yeah, you absolutely do you at least have, these aren't clickable, it appears, but you'll see in our demo, you can turn on or off the citations. So look here, guys, it's analyzing what's happening. So look at that, son. Y'all see what it's doing here? What it's doing is actually creating a PDF. It looks like it's doing it in Python, which is kind of funny how it's doing that. There's so many different, potentially better ways. But hopefully this will finish what it's doing and then compress it and allow me to download it as a PDF, in which I will be able to then upload into the next thing I show you, which is the agent world. So that's what it's doing. It really looks like it's using Python. Look, so yeah, basically from text to a PDF is what it's trying to do here. It'll work. This is totally going to work. This is going to be great. It's going to give me a download button. It looks like. Look at this. It looks like it. It's analyzing. This again is the code interpreter tool. Is what the verbiage is. What they're calling this. It looks like it's almost done. If we don't have any failures. Analyzing still. Okay, cool. So it's just continuing. Adding a page. Oh, cool. So you know what this is doing? It not only. Oh, that's great. So it's taking. Did it do that? I wonder if it included the 5 Ps. About Jim and Nick's. The 5 P prompt engineering is a concept that I've come up with to help people create better prompts, because this is a thing that I saw a lot of people were having problems. Okay, so it appears there was issues generating the PDF due to certain characters in the text not being compatible with the PDF encoding. I'll adjust the text to resolve this and create the PDF again. So this is another advantage of Code Interpreter. It should be, at least. Basically, what happens here is if the thing fails, it's almost like an auto GPT. It will, yeah, it should make the PDF, bro. It should. Basically, when it fails, when you're using a GPT, what I found is it'll continue to try to correct itself and then like eventually get it right. So again, we're using Python. It's what it's using here, which that's also what it's using most of the time. If error analyzing, it seems there's still an error with encoding this. To resolve it, I'll use a different method that handles various characters. Let me try a different approach. View analysis. So that's cool that it lets you see what's going on there. This is the schema, or the Python code it's trying to run in real time. So it seems there's still a problem. I'm going to hit regenerate, and I'm going to just give it another chance to see. I found that, again, I think the servers are just so overloaded that it's just bound to have, you're prone to having errors here and there. No fault of the GPT builder, I don't think, anyways. So this is going to try again. It's analyzing. I mean, it's getting doggone close. It's pulling in all the information perfectly. This is right from their website. So by the way, the future API endpoint that I hope that we get that works essentially just like you're seeing here on the developer side, on the real gangster side, is the browser endpoint that works nicely. Error analyzing. So it looks like we might get a fail here. What I do want to do is try one more time, because I'm going to give a company that's got all these billions credit, and it looks like they're just having problems right now. Let's just hit another one. And I'm going to say, let's be nice and give them Jim and Nick's. We're gonna give them the website just to maybe make it a little bit easier. Although, like, they should obviously have that. And so again, this is a GPT. So we're gonna make one here next. So let's move this guy over here. And let's see, where are we at? Where's our guy? GPT builder. No, okay, here we go. Here we go. Create a chatbot knowledge base for my restaurant's website chatbot. Here is the link to my website. All right, cool. So now let's see if we have some better luck. Browsing with Bing. So we see in that. OpenAI lacking, son. Morning, lads. Morning, lads. Man, we're so happy Asta didn't blow away. Shout out to Asta. Throw him on the screen. And then, yeah, I do believe that it is going to make the PDF. I'm very confident it is. Yes, reference links are there, and we have the ability to turn those on or off. We'll hopefully by tomorrow have a way to either just have them permanently off if they're just not going to be compatible with most messaging platforms like Messenger and Instagram. If we can figure out a good way to make that work for you, we'll have that ability to have it turn on and off. So it looks like it's it's visiting Jim and Nick's. We can see that on the screen. And we're going to see if this is going to work. Man, look at this. Charles, my man Charles. I'm here in Africa waiting. You are my man. I love listening to your sweet voice, dishing out the tutorials all the way from Africa. Man, I love y'all. Y'all are so amazing, dude. I swear we have the coolest people on the planet that are building with our tool. Our bots are so much better than this. This sucks. Sorry, Sam. All this is, guys, is gonna get the world prepared to understand the Steve Jobs philosophy, which was people are dumb and they don't know what they want. No one knew they wanted an iPod when they first came out. They had CD players and Walkman and tape recorders. Music was accessible, man. I don't need no iPod. Wrong. They didn't know what they wanted. That was Steve Jobs' whole deal with that. And his philosophy was you got to show them and tell them what they want. Then they're going to buy it. And that's why we buy iPhones. Everything in here is Apple for the most part. So check this out, Shawty. How does that even come out of my mouth? I don't even know. I'm just having too much fun. So as you can see, and he's not talking about that, but I'm going to throw that on there. Keith thinks it's funny that I said Shawty. Sub CBB for life. Look at this, y'all. We have the most dope knowledge base, and yes, with references or citations. And here now it's all percolating, as they say in California. You can just go ahead and roll over and click, and then bam, it's going to take you to the restaurant, and that's where you want to go. And see, so in this case, is it better than the old school method of copy and pasting? Sure. So now we have a good basic knowledge base following the 5 P's of prompt engineering. We've got instructions. Okay. Here's the purpose. Here's the profile. Like, here's what they're about, right? We've got the people, the target audience. We've got the consistency, learning, and training. It should be regularly updated. And this is also where you would have your instructions on whether you want to allow people to ask things about the moon landing or not. And you've got perfection. At least chatbot builder AI builders do. You have the ability to receive AI recommendations based on prior conversations of your customers. One important thing to note here, see if I can find it for you. When you look at this, it tells you the information, but if I go, let's try to find another one. We'll look for another one later. Like, they straight up tell you the makers of these GPTs, they don't get to see your conversation. I don't even think there's a Zapier deal that will effectively make that happen. So let's get out of Jim and Nick's and let's go over to our next tab. This is the GPT builder. Okay, so here's the URL, GPT's editor. So you've got 2 different ways that you could build the bot. Now, when I was building the bot the first time, I was like, oh my God, this is nothing more than a flow, like a static rule-based flow that we're just looking for different questions to be answered to then be populated onto the screen, whatever. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say we want to make a bot that will create some prompts. A prompt creator. Great. Let's refine the idea. All right. And so we'll say these prompts are meant to build the knowledge base for business owners who want chatbots. It's asking us questions just like if you were in a flow, and now it's doing some things. The builder itself, that is. So it's updating GPT based on what we've said. It's going to ask us another question, or in this case, it's going to give us a title or an image, something like that. Again, you guys could literally, a lot of you logic-minded folks that I talk to a lot, you guys could totally build this and make it even better immediately. All right, so how about naming this GPT chatbot mentor? How does that sound? Good to you? And so I'm just going to say, sure, buddy. It's great. The next thing I think that's going to happen is we're going to get the image generated. Right, so now it's generating the profile photo. way faster in chatbot builder world. What's up, Gary? My man Gary. What's up, bro? I'm glad you're here, dude. This is going to be so fun. You're going to see that you like for all of you that none of this is clicking yet, but you know a little bit about each of the things. Look at our profile. No, this sucks. That sucks. Just make it abstract and make it feel like the Matrix so it's actually cool instead of creepy. Yeah, that was like horrible. So now we should get something cooler, I hope. This is our icon, right? And so again, the icon is populating over here. This is the creator view, the maker, the flow. They're basically just sending us through a flow and making us feel like we're making the bot. And then on this side, this is what the much better perf. All right, so perf, and it's going to understand that. That's going to be our logo there. The next thing it's going to do is going to refine it's going to make sure we're good. Basically, it's like, all right, y'all done? What specific topics should the chatbot mentor focus on when creating prompts for business owners? All right, so I'm going to say we should pre-populate some options for them to be able to create social media captions, blog posts, as well as a YouTube video titles and descriptions, all based on the documents that they've uploaded. All right, so in this case, what will happen here is the GPT will at some point ask for documents to be uploaded. It should run the answers, providing the next users. Okay, so let's think about how you want it to communicate. Formal language. All right, so let's test. This is what I wanted to test. We really need this GPT to speak to people on their own level. And most people enjoy Snoop Dogg's tone of voice and fun lingo. So we want to emulate this style as much as possible. You feel me, homie? Basically, this is where it gets really fun. We're going to provide the tone that we want the bot to take. And I'm just testing OpenAI right now. I'm testing you guys to see, okay, is this going to actually deliver or not? We can in chatbot builder AI world, and we'll go there at the end after we remake that one bot. All right, chatbot mentor is shaping up nicely. It's now time to give it a test run. In the playground on the right, you can interact with it as if it were you're a business owner looking for prompts on social media. Cool. So I'm going to say something like, we've been really low on hamburger and French fry sales at my restaurant lately. Matter of fact, the food's probably going to go bad if I don't sell all of it by tomorrow. Help me think of some captions that will get the message across about this half off burger and fried deal that I'm going to be forced to deal with and run. You don't want to be sitting on a bunch of bad food you didn't sell. Oh my God, they did it. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this? This is too good. Can I move this over? Look at that. So it totally did it. We gonna make this sizzle like bacon on a hot skillet. You feel me? Check out these funky fresh captions to hype up your half burger and fries deal. Get them hungry customers rolling like it's a block party. Golly, that is so funny. That is so awesome. Would I pay $1 for that prompt? I don't think so. And everyone, like the thing trending right now is like prompt reverse engineering GPT prompts, which is totally a thing, and it's going to be very hard to crack that one. I mean, if you just apply just regular logic, I mean, ChatGPT should be able to figure it out yourself. So cool. Check this out. 10 captions done, son. and it's all in the tone that I wanted that matches my burger place in this example. Flip the script on dinner tonight, half off on all burgers and fries. Don't miss out. Friday feast. Sizzle, sizzle. Oh my God. Sizzle, sizzle. Half off our banging burger. So I'll go ahead and drop the mic here and say, by the way, kudos OpenAI. Shout out Microsoft. Sorry, Zuckerberg. These bots already with no effort. What is wrong with y'all, Facebook Meta team? I'm still mad at y'all for dealing with what I've had to deal with you guys this year. I'm still like holding that grudge. I just made in 5 minutes a better Snoop Dogg bot than your whole Dungeon Dragon Snoop Dogg thing. Like, I don't care if old Mark wants to get mad at me, but I'll have to show y'all that another day. If you haven't already, search Dungeon Master Snoop Dogg. These are the jokes of bots that Meta released that like makes the industry look bad, in my opinion. Like, y'all better step it up. Anyway, so this is a GPT. Let's make myself smaller now because I don't even need to be on this screen like that. Let's go boom, and let's go. How do I do it here? All right, that's good. So that is it, guys. So then you hit configure, and this is the whole thing. So chatbot mentor description, instructions, and here's where you can upload your knowledge base. All right, so that's what we were going to do earlier. We're going to download a PDF and we were going to upload it here. This I want you to look at. This is important. So here, what capabilities? Web browsing. This is the one that we don't have in the API that we want. This is the thing that's super dope. We don't have that right now. We will eventually, hopefully. And then you can just do everything quickly and easily and fast on the API side. You can still search Bing Search API or Google API, but it's just not near as easy and seamless as this was. Because so if you're looking for what I just did, this is like one of the super easiest ways to do this without worrying about scraping websites in a way that will be detrimental to you. So then you've got DALL-E image generation and you've got code interpreter. So then we can hit save, choose public, only me, or people with a link. We can choose public here. Let's click edit, see what we can do. I already have my domain verified. And so here's my name here. It's also verified. Personalize this. You can see we've got some other controls here. And all this looks good, I think. Okay, cool. So let's make this public. All right. And we'll hit confirm. So now we've made our GPT. It'll hopefully load here and look a little bit nicer than it does. Boom. So there's my chatbot mentor. Generates prompts for business owners about chatbot development, which I could change. But again, this is for the chatbot. So what are some creative uses of chatbots? Give me a prompt to evaluate the performance, blah, blah, blah. You see how it works? Suggest a prompt for analytics. Give me a prompt for better performance. Let's click on that one. That's a conversation starter that we just clicked. All right. And again, this is Snoop Dogg. So without us like telling the user previously before they like try it that this is in the tone of like a OG, this would probably be pretty surprising. Yeah, I think this stuff is cool. I mean, I'm very much a nerd, but I think that's like the fact that you can make it. This is much better than the custom instructions. That I'll say. That's about the most positive accolade I'll give to GPTs from GPT Builder. That's it. That's all I can say. Let's move on. So, and get out of there. And again, if you want to learn more, here is the website, openai.com/blog, introducing GPTs, the one from November 6th. And you can click, where is it? Right here, chat.openai.com/create. That should get you to be where you can go ahead and start creating GPTs. Now, what is next? Let's go ahead and show you the next piece that I promised. We're going to close out this bad boy. And now we're going to make not another one of these guys. Now we're going to the playground. So this is a very important website for anyone in AI and chatbots. If you're using OpenAI or if you're using our software, chatbotbuilder.ai, what is going on here is this is where you're going to get your keys. You can click if I'm correct. They may have moved it here. It's here now. So this has been a nice upgrade on this page. It was super basic before, but they still kept it clean, and I love how clean the menu is. But you can see the documentation for everything that they have and that we have available to work with for you. So anyone, all the platforms out there that say this or that's not possible, just like with Facebook, you can go verify things yourself, man. You can go to the documentation and you can see what's what. And if you see that it's available, or if you see that it says coming soon, or if it's in production or not, you can verify yourself. So that's something that like you never have to look at, because, or at least let me correct myself, you never need to come to this page as far as the API reference goes ever if you work with us, chatbotbuilder.ai, because we've done all of it for you. When I say all of it, I mean all of it. I think there may have been one other thing I should have shown. Let me see if I can get back. Let's see. I want to show you. There's one other thing, so this will like really make it super clear. Let's see. Can we find it? No, we're not going to be able to find it. Let's see. The one thing I would love to show you. Let's do it. Create GPT. All right, so it's back on that same page. Boom. So when we go configure, this is what I missed, the actions. I bet people are yelling at me in the comments. When you go to add actions, okay, this is where things like get advanced. I've said the whole time, you're experiencing building a bot like through someone else's flow that they've designed. If you ever have built a flow in a flow builder, you're going to totally understand that. You're being sent down a flow when you're working right here. They're just asking you questions just like you'd ask your customers. Here, again, I said you could upload your files and you could choose your capabilities. But the other cool thing is actions. These are functions. What used to be called function calling, what used to be called in our world ChatGPT triggers, OpenAI now calls functions. Therefore, guess what? We also now call them functions. This is what a function looks like. This is the schema that we're looking for from OpenAI that will accept. Essentially, if your user's asking questions, you have a travel GPT, and they're asking questions about your city or your hotel. And then they ask you within that conversation, which has been using your files and your prompt, well, what's the weather going to be like there next Tuesday? If you had the weather example enabled that OpenAI is showing you, the weather API would be called, and then guess what? You would know the weather. Like the chatbot would be able to say, okay, this is a function call, or this is a plugin function. This is a function, is what they call it now, because they asked for the weather before we turn a text response to the user like we've been doing back and forth. Instead, let's go ahead and return the API calls answer for the weather, finessed with that reply to give to the user that, because that's what we think that that's what they're looking for. So instead of having to use a rule-based system and force this to happen, it's going to make the decision for you. And as long as you can pre-program this, you're good to go. I'm sure there's going to be a ton of repositories or places that you can find that will give you many of the more useful schemas. But for now, like, this is out of the reach for most users. And this is a waste of time in so many ways, especially because I think you're going to have such a lack of control. Sometimes you need that control. But anyways, so this is, again, and that's enough of GPTs. Getting out of there, let's go back over here to the API, the platform.openai.com. This is where you're going to be able to find the API keys again. And this is also where you're going to have the playground, build your assistants. You can fine tune and even upload files here, right? So here are all the files that I've played with so far. This has been fun. What we're going to do is go to the playground. This has been what the playground has looked like for the longest time. in our world, let's go to our world actually. Integrations, ChatGPT. This window, right? And that's exactly why we were not getting the answers that we were expecting. So here, this business information prompt, this is the same thing as this system message. So many of even the OGs really should understand this. This is how you actually are able to test your prompt. So when you're adding your prompt here, let's just make a new account to make it super simple. We'll just call it OpenAI test. So OpenAI test. This is a brand new account. So you go to settings, go to integrations, ChatGPT. You're already connected, baby. Edit. Your ChatGPT, a large language model. So here, this is the same thing. System and business information, they're the same thing. All right. So if I wanted to use this system prompt here for system GPT, something that I was working on prior, I could easily take this whole thing, right? And I can just copy it and paste it right here. Done. Default reply that's turned on right here means the bot is going to respond to any question based on this information that I've provided. So if I go to flows and I just hit the 3 dots on the welcome message, hit preview, click continue, we should get a little welcome. Welcome to OpenAI. How can I help? Right. And then the knowledge base that we gave them was based on this. So I'm going to say, who are you and what's your purpose? Oops. And it should give me some information about I am system prompt GPT, right? So that's my whole deal. So that's perfect. Now, let's see. Can we upload it? Do they have a PDF here? I wonder. View menu. Do they have a PDF? Download PDF. Download PDF. So this should work. All right, cool. So what we've got, this is going to be so fun. So now we've got this OpenAI test here. Is not where we want to be. We want to be in the, yeah, it is where we want to be. So we've got the hi, welcome. This is our inbox, by the way. Unlike GPTs, here's another difference. When you're using the Assistant API, if you're using a robust enough software, you absolutely have an inbox. It's not, I have to make myself a little bit bigger here because this is just totally, guys, listen. It is not acceptable to deal with a chatbot platform that does not have an inbox. This is not acceptable. Whether you're just dealing with the web chat like a lot of them deal with, it's not acceptable. You've got to be able to see in real time what is going on in the inbox. This is duh. Okay. So if your platform doesn't have an inbox that you can easily have conversations with or send a voice note, send a flow, send a file as a human with a human handoff, like this is a fail. You also can't even integrate with Facebook Messenger or Instagram because they require a human handoff. Hello. But anyways, so let's go back here. Now we'll get into the assistant side. This is the new way that they've done things. So it's very, very similar. The problem is so many platforms did not understand well how to make this work. Like I just showed you how easy it was. Instead, their answers sucked. So we don't want to have answers that suck. So in this case, let's just make a new assistant here. Let's go to assistants and let's hit create. I'm going to say Jim and Nick's. I think I'm going to make another Jim and Nick's bot. Let's go to, let's see. You know what? Let's go to chat dot, and let's say find us another. Let's see if we can find that last chat from Jim and Nick's that we actually used. OpenAI is going slow today, son. Super slow. I want to use, all right, so you know what we'll do? We'll just use the file. We'll really just go down and dirty with it because OpenAI, I think, is just going too slow. We're just gonna close out of them. We'll just use it. We'll just use the new way. We've already got this thing. Let's make sure we've downloaded it. File, save page as. Can I save it as a PDF from right here? I don't know if I can or not. Let's do file, share. I know I can save this as a PDF. Someone help me out here. Okay, download right there. Duh. All right, so Jim and Nick's. We'll save this on my desktop for now. I think that's fine. Desktop here, save. All right, cool. So let's go back to the assistant, Jim and Nick's. And I'm going to say, you're the helpful assistant for Jim and Nick's, and you will answer questions to assist the customer in having an excellent experience with the brand. All right. And so for the model, let's use 16K. Or actually, I think we need to let's use this one. 1106, I believe, is what we want to use. Is it? I think so. I think that's what we want. And so then we'll use retrieval, right? Retrieval is it's like the main benefit of the AI assistant here. So we've got on our desktop, Jim and Nick's PDF open. We're uploading the PDF. So now we should be able to hit save, and it should automatically be ready to work. We can hit test. Now we're in the playground. Again, assistant, Jim and Nick's. You're the helpful assistant. We've got retrieval enabled. So let's reference this document here, which it just looks like their menu basically, which is fine. Here we go. Jim and Nick's. This is on OpenAI, and this is their document. So let's say, and I don't have that information here, right, about Jim and Nick, about when they've opened. So let's see if it'll reference this. When did your restaurant begin? In what year? Add and run. So the user, your customer just sent this, and now we're going to see the assistant. Bam, son. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm talking about. Jim, and it's just like listening to everything. Jim and Nick's restaurant began in 1985 and reclaimed a reclaimed old pizza restaurant. And look at that. Look at that. So I think you already get the idea. This is just a random PDF. There's a lot of images here. Let's ask it. Let's ask it this. Let's say this is a real test. We're gonna say, tell me what is the number one on your combo meal. I want to know the price as well as any details that you may have. Also, I want you to know that as a potentially new patron, I tip really well. And let's just see what kind of response we get. Let's see. You think it's gonna? The number one combo meal is the Jim and Nick's barbecue pork sandwich, priced at $10.49. It comes with this, and look at this. Look, we're getting references here. As for tipping, that's very kind of you to consider. I'm sure the staff at Jim and Nick's will appreciate your generosity. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about. So now you've seen GPTs, weak sauce, but very thankful they're going to exist, especially if you're a chatbot builder, because people are going to want their GPTs to be more gangster, son. They're going to want to be more valuable. The moment that like your business owner, that's like a local small business owner that's been using ChatGPT like solve all these problems, probably keeping it a secret, or that employee that is probably like doing all the things but not telling everyone how they're able to achieve this massive amount of just amazing success and through speed and accuracy and like they're writing the best emails and all the things. Guys, listen, the word's going to get out. I mean, you might as well take advantage of it as much as possible. But the moment that the decision makers understand, and even the creatives that have never had time or desire to code, when you realize you don't need that anymore and you can just like tell technology what to do and it'll do it for you, and that's going to keep getting better and better and better, you're going to be able to provide yourself or your clients some incredibly amazing solutions. I've been telling everyone this. I'm more confident about it every single day. Again, chatbotbuilder.ai, smallest fish in the sea, fastest growing platform in the ocean. And we're not slowing down. We're surfing the waves. It's so much fun because we're nimble. We can have fun. We don't have to have 100 board meetings. We make the fast things happen the right way. We don't care about being just the first. We care about being the first to do things right. Okay, there's a big difference here. And with AI and the internet and these computers and the cameras that we're able to use these days that don't cost half of a fortune, because that is pretty expensive, I will say. It doesn't cost so much. The barrier to enter now is so low. If you've got the grit and you've got the drive, you can really pretty much do anything. No programming. I can't tell you how many tweets I've seen this year. Never coded a day in my life. Check out this app Chat GPT made for me. Now, granted, most of the things are just crap. They're not any better than the average GPT. By the way, this GPT store, I'm pretty sure I said it, is already saturated before it's even open, son. This is a huge mistake. But again, you want placement, you want visibility, because that's going to lead from the freebies. Think of that as like the free store to get them into your service. Or for you white label agencies out there, think of it as these are potential subscribers to you or potential clients to you. People are going to want their GPTs to be more powerful. We are the platform that enables your GPT to be more powerful than just Chat GPT. That's hard to even think about, but I can promise you this, and the builders that have been with me for a few months, they'll tell you right now, our chatbot can, in fact, do things that ChatGPT just can't do. Okay, we can do things now, basically, for the most part, aside from Bing and a few things, anything ChatGPT can do, chatbotbuilder.ai can do better. That's crazy to say, but I put my money where my mouth is. It's true. Let's get out of here and let's go into making a new account. Let's make Jim and Nick's create a new account. I might have already even done this, going so quickly now, but we're almost done. This is the last step. So let's just call this Jim and Nick's demo and YT for YouTube, just in case I've got some of the this title used before. So this is great. We have a brand new account. Let's go to our settings. Shout out to somebody in Discord who flagged me for my subpar documentation icon there, but shout out to my team who has done an excellent job of getting the documentation to rock right inside the platform. Wendy, Steven, and the main man, Brian, have been busting it to keep up, and we will be updating this nonstop. All the new stuff will be on here in the coming days, but just cut my guys some slack. They deserve a vacation, son. They've been working some hard hours and doing some good work. So shout out to all three of those full-timers out there. Hopefully they're watching this so they get the kudos. But great job on that. We've already got good feedback from the community. They like it, especially my man Farron. Where's he at? OpenAI's moved here, by the way. If you do need templates, they're here. We'll probably end up adding them here as well. But we're just trying to consolidate and keep things ready for the future, guys. No major changes. You will notice, again, triggers here because we don't want to cause confusion, and we're going to follow best verbiage practices according to OpenAI for the most part. So we follow functions. Used to be ChatGPT triggers, now functions. Your default reply. I'm going to explain this for those of you that just need a little bit more clarity. In this case, I'm going to change this probably to AI default reply to differentiate. But in your AI tab here, if you have this turned on, this trumps everything. Unless your customer's in a flow, this is the way your chatbot is going to answer. If this is turned off, you go to your general tab. Here is your default reply that you can select. By the way, since I just saw this, here's our version of Get the Weather. This is the same exact thing. And look at this. When you look at the API request here, I have this literally. This is not an active API. I think people use up all the credits that I had on the little open weather map deal here. This get request, this is that function essentially. Look at this functions here. Click add this, get, look at that, get the weather. You see? Get the weather right there. That is literally what we have also. It's like sometimes I feel like they're watching me. I wish I had that, like, is it Michael Jackson that does that song? I'm not going to sing it because that'll like scare everyone off this video. But I feel like they're watching this, guys. Every video, shout out the whole OpenAI crew. I'll just leave it at that. I won't even drop names. We could test the thing. We see where things are going to get saved. This is legitimately even a better view, in my opinion, because it's mobile friendly, mobile first, to be able to work with this. It's the same exact thing as the weather here. Anyways, I digress. What we are going to do is we're going to go right over here to settings, integrations, and here's the fun part that we've all been waiting for, that I promised since the very beginning. I said the other methods out there were going to be obsolete. They weren't good. They weren't accurate. I've got many screenshots of people that don't have anything to do with us or me, but I've just like had to snip and save from YouTube because I'm that weirdo that does that. I've got like thousands of these screenshots, literally, of people saying how much the current methods out there of embeddings and vector databases, and like you're having to get your data science degree, son, before you're able to use a vector database properly. And by the time you got that certification, by the time you learned the vector database, I know I'm speaking to someone out there, bam, you get hit with this brick to the face like you're walking in Central Park in New York at night in the 80s, son, and it's already done. OpenAI's crushed so many businesses, but those businesses have been rappers. At this point, everyone has had that dude, or maybe at this point, that gal in your school that like they wanted to be a rapper. I'm thinking of the person I know of right now in my head to this day. Okay, I'm 34. If you haven't made it by now, you might want to reconsider your life choices, son. Like, stop rapping, get a real job. Okay, this is the way those people are living in the digital world. Those are those people. They're still trying to do the development things, but like they're just repeating their same stuff over and over and over and finding the easy way, trying to find the easy way. This is the best like top of the dome analogy I can think of that hopefully makes sense. The businesses that go out of business because of this sort of technology, they weren't really a business. They're wrapped around an API, wrapped around another product. If OpenAI went out of business tomorrow, chatbot.builder.ai still lives. We don't miss a beat. We could flip LLMs tomorrow, and we're working on backups, like I said, for a couple months now. But this is the focus. Anyways, I'm going to get off the soapbox. Shut up, Ryan. We're going to go over to assistants. We're going to add us an assistant. We're going to call this assistant Jim. All right, so look here. This is exactly the same thing as this, right? You're making it here. You can test all you want, pull everything that you're putting here right over to our side. All right, so Jim and Nick, you're a helpful assistant for Jim and Nick. Look at this, guys. Copy. Boom. And let's call this Jim and Nick's chat bot. All right, and so we're gonna just keep it on. Let's put it on 16K, and let's upload the file. Can we select? No, so we'll upload the file, which was, where did we save it as on our desktop here? Jim and Nick's PDF, son. There we go. Upload the file, Jim and Nick's chatbot. Good to go. Here's where you can have fun. Look at the context window here. 32,000 characters. Now I'm going to, instead of make Jim and Nick sound like Snoop Dogg to end this thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, good night, Asta. I hope the hurricane, bad weather, has left you. You're the man, dude. I just saw the message come through. I'm going to say, okay, remember that you must always respond to any and all messages in less than 3 lines maximum, no matter what. And in each of your replies, remember that your name in this case should be called Mr. Piggy Pie. And your tone of voice should be basically as redneck as possible in a fun way that makes people hungry for barbecue. And that is the prompt. So we've got our knowledge base in here, which is the menu, PDF menu. This could be any giant document you can have. I believe we've got 20 documents per assistant right now. We're going to hit save. Let's see. What do we hit here? Let's go here and hit Jim and Nick's. Save. Boom. There we go. I was going to get scared for a minute. We're good to go, though. And so let's go back to integrations. And see, no one does this live, man, because they want to put on makeup and edit all the things, which I'll edit this down. But going live, guys, is one of the hardest things you can do. So many things can go wrong, and then like you turn red as a tomato. But hopefully that ain't gonna happen here. Explain functions really quick. These are the ones that we build in. Connect to user is exactly what you would think it's going to do. This is going to allow the user who's speaking to your bot to request to speak to a human, and the automation will stop and you'll be alerted as an admin of your account. That's like someone's requesting help. You can always turn this off, but it's a good idea to have it at least available. So let's go here to edit. And I'm looking here, your chat GPT answer as you can. Here's our assistant here. We're good to go. Upload a file. And I'm going to, so I don't confuse anything, I'm going to copy this guy, hit save. We're good to go there. Chat GPT here. I think we're going to turn this guy off. We'll save it. And well, yeah, good call, Wendy. It's half right now. You're not missing too much. Let's make it bigger there because you don't need to see me no more. Good call. Let's see. We'll make it. How do I disappear so big? We'll go here. Bam. All right. So now you can see everything. We don't need to have this guy open. And let's make this bigger so you can see. Shout out Wendy for always paying attention. So I think we're good here. I think we're good. And again, we have our assistant here who does have, we click, we can see he does have the file. All right. Now, what I don't want to do is have conflicting information. So I'm going to go to my integrations here one last time and make sure I don't have anything crazy here. All that's good to go. Functions, I could have things turned on here if I needed to. I'm not going to right now. And I think we're all good. So now let's test it. Let's go to flows and let's go to the welcome message and let's click on it so you can see what that looks like. You can click on the welcome message, welcome the page name. How can we help? You can delete this button here. You don't need it. Delete that bad boy and let's hit publish and let's hit preview. Continue. And so welcome to Jim and Nick's. How can we help you? I'm going to say, I'm wondering what the number one combo includes. The number one combo includes a sandwich, a side, and a drink. Yeehaw. All right, so that's great. I'm going to say, let's think. What else do we want to do? Let's pull up that menu, actually, that I just already turned away on the desktop here. So we know what we can ask. Let's see. Okay, let's do this one, the 1985 deal. What was your first year in business? What was your first year in business? So, all right, we started slinging barbecue back in 2005. And so we need to understand why. Why would you say that? and you're not reading from the document. I think it actually didn't read from the document because it was fast in that way. I want to try one more thing here. Let's look back in our default here, settings, integrations, and let's go back to our assistant to make sure we're all good in the hood here. So we're good here. I've got that rocking. Let's check one other deal here. I think I've got one other thing I want to check. That's good. Let's look back at my OpenAI account to double check that I've got everything like I need to. So we've got one file left to upload. As you can still test your assistant. This is going to be the thing that I'm missing here. We've got our prompts and our assistant tab here. I've got only this enabled. So what I'll do, I'll enable that for everybody. So what I'll do here is, in this case, we'll just go ahead into our assistant and we're going to delete the knowledge base there. We're going to add a new assistant called Jim. And this is why all this testing is required. So here we've got, let's grab this instruction here. And that will work. I knew something was going to be tricky. Boom. So there's our deal there. Here's our file. And now it's going to work. We'll click save. Boom. Good to go. Let's go to integrations now. And then we'll hit ChatGPT. And then we'll click edit. And then we go boom. Jim. That's what we needed to do right there. So now we're good to go. And in this case, I can go back into flows. We can make a different welcome message here. And this one is not going to be anything to do with, we could show you, we can show you from scratch. We'll just make this say welcome. Let's go to actions. Let's go to OpenAI. And we're going to hit the drop down and let's go to text to speech. Welcome to Jim and Nix. How can we help you? In this case, I've got a static message I'm going to use. I'm going to save this. Let's say add. Let's call this audio. Audio. Save. Let's use Shimmer. I like that voice. Continue. We've generated the text to speech. And now we're going to use file, audio, insert link, and we're going to display that speech. And so it's just simply audio. Oops. And we should be good to go. Publish. And let's hit preview. Continue. So boom, here we go. Welcome to Jim and Nix. How can we help you? Now we can say, what year did you start? And we will get the correct answer. 1985, I think is what it said. Oh, we forgot to change the default reply. So actually, we're going to get an image from related to OpenAI. That's what we're going to get. We're going to get an image related to OpenAI. I think what we need to do instead is we need to make sure, watch, here's the image from OpenAI. This is DALL-E 3 because it's going off of my prior instructions for the for OpenAI. So what we'll do is we'll go back here, and then what we'll do is we will go to settings, integrations here. We'll go to OpenAI. We got this bad boy turned on. Jim is on. We're good here, but we do want to turn our default off here. I think that should do it. We'll go into the inbox here and we're going to clear the conversation. This clears the conversation with OpenAI and our system, and we can go ahead and delete this guy. And now we should have this work well. So let's go back into flows. We'll go to the welcome copy. And let's hit preview. And now we should just have a new conversation. And it says, I'm going to say, what do you serve? And we'll be able to tell if we're going to get the OpenAI response. Boom. I currently don't have access to the file you uploaded. Please. Okay. So here's what we'll say. We'll say, what was the file here? Yeah, well, or we said, I'm wondering what the number one combo includes. That's what we want to check. So let's check it. I'm wondering what the number one combo includes. And now it looks like it's going to check the file like we wanted it to do. Or actually, this is the previous conversation. So we need to send that here. And let's make sure that we're going to publish this bad boy as well, if we're going to go through this trouble. So we've got the welcome here. And then let's try it. Welcome, preview, continue. Boom. Okay. So let's just say hi and let's just see what happens. We might be getting that OpenAI image again. Nope. So we're good to go. I'm going to say, what comes with the combo number one? And now we should see it. Boom. There it is. The number one combo comes with boom, 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 boom. The number one combo comes with your choice of barbecue sandwich, the burger, iced tea, or soft drink. Additionally, there's an option to substitute lemonade for additional 75 cents. So let's explain what's happening here. This is our chat. This is our welcome message, which was just audio. And then we have our default message coming from here, our default replies from OpenAI. Now, what we could do is we could just turn off this guy and then let's hit save. Then what we can do here is let's go to YouTube and I'm going to get a Jim and Nick's, I'll say BBQ recipe. I'm going to show you how we can make this just so quick. This will be the last thing I show. Let's find a good one. 11 best. Let's look at that. So these are the 11 best. What we're going to do, let's find the captions. They're here somewhere. Show the transcript. Here we go. 11 best barbecue restaurants. So we're going to grab everything here. That can't be it. 16? No way. Where's all the transcripts? Let's see. Okay, that's just a commercial. I'm done. All right, so this will be done in a second. All right, now we should have all the things. So that's 16 minutes. Barbecue recipes. There's no words here. It's dumb. I knew something was strange. That's an ad. Someone just got charged. All right, pig shots. Let's look at this. Literally no text here. Let's do how-to recipes. How to, and then this will be it. We'll find something good here. 15 minutes grilling recipes. 30 minutes. There's got to be a bunch of words here. All right, so let's look for the transcript. All right, where are you at? Transcript. Show the transcript. Boom. All right, yeah, this has a ton. Okay, so let's start here. Go all the way down. Let's check to see how many words this is. So we can say character counter. Let's count how many characters this is. You don't want that in your prompt. All right, look, so 31,000. You don't want that in your prompt. It's a lot of characters, but we should be able to do this. We're going to grab the whole deal, copy. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to make one more new deal here. And let's do docs. And let's see if this is going to work. If this works, I'll be so pumped. So boom. So here is the transcript. All right, and let's just call this recipes. Recipes. All right, cool. So let's go file, download, and we'll save this. Just say this is plain text. All right, so let's do this. Let's see if this will work. I'll be so pumped. Let's go create new account, recipe. All right, so we're going to go to settings, integrations, chat GPT. Let's go to our assistant, make a new assistant. Let's just call it chef bot. Chef bot. All right, chef bot. Your goal is to provide accurate information based on your latest recipe videos transcript to answer user questions. All right, cool. So let's test this bad boy. Let's upload this file. Let's see if this thing gonna work, baby. Upload it, save. Boom. Now it's gonna work like magic. Let's go to our integrations here. OpenAI. Let's click edit, and we still might need to have that one file open there. It looks like that'll be easy to fix. One file to upload, and you'll be able to have that switching lanes, switching gears. What you'll need is one additional file so that when you go up here, you can switch. That's what we're missing right there. And tomorrow we'll have it available in the flow builder. But for now, we'll go back to the OpenAI deal here, and it'll be this OpenAI regular one, OpenAI. We'll show you how it was working for during my test to do the actual voice demo. We're going to go to settings here, integrations, and what we're going to do is go to assistant, and we're going to delete Jim because we don't need Jim. Then we're going to go to integrations here, chat GPT. We're going to turn that off still. Let's look here and see what we've got. The assistant's been deleted, which is good. Here is our business information. And tomorrow we're going to enable a fun way to have this work with audio out of the box. But here, this will return perfect responses based on the OpenAI DevDay event. But what we want to do is make sure everything's returned in audio. So here's our default AI flow. And so that flow, if we go to the default AI flow, is super simple. It is first generating text based on this business information, which is the actual thing that I had in the prompt in OpenAI. It's the exact same thing. This is just the transcript. This is a huge amount of text. The user message is what's going to be me or whoever's using the bot to ask questions against DevDay. So this is last input by default. We're just asking the bot based on this transcript. The answer, again, being saved into OpenAI text, and let's hit continue. The next step is we're going to convert that text into speech. The text here, AI text, is what OpenAI previously generated. We're using Shimmer, the voice, to save the response into a new custom field that we've just called AI output. Okay, so continue. And now what we're doing here is we're generating an image. I'm going to delete this action just because it takes a minute. And we don't necessarily need it. It doesn't add so much, but it was just a fun test to see, to use DALL-E 3. So I'm going to close that out. So now we're just having first generate the text, then generate the speech, then show the speech. This is our default reply. So we're going to publish that. This will be our last test. Here is our welcome message. which is the welcome message for the Sam Altman screenshot. And then this one will be working. So let's hit preview and continue. And so this is like the first thing that I started out with showing you guys. So here we go. And remember, one thing we want to do, because the conversation was previously about Jim and Nick's, I want to just be safe. And so I'm going to go to the inbox, even though I've already deleted that deal for the most part. We're going to clear the conversation just so that there's no confusion, clear. And then we can go ahead and delete this user as well. Confirm. And let's close this guy. And we'll go back into our flows. Last deal here. Welcome message, publish, and preview. So here we go. We'll get the image first, then we'll get the what? That's perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can use my phone at this point so you can actually hear the answers, because I think that you're not going to be able to hear them if I do it that way. So what I'll do is I'll open up my phone here, and hopefully this is going to work perfect. We'll go boom, boom, and boom. Let's see if this was going to work. My phone's charged up. There should be no excuse, Apple.
Hello.
Yes.
Welcome to OpenAI's recent DevDay. How can I assist you today? Do you have any questions about the event, the topics discussed, or anything else related to OpenAI's DevDay?
And so I'm going to say, who were the main speakers and what was their main takeaways? Who were the main speakers and what were... So for some reason, my voice to text don't want to work right now. We'll say, who were the main speakers and what was their mic drop quote? So who are the main speakers and what was the mic drop quote is what we're looking for. In this case, so the answer's already back. But for whatever reason, it's like going so like quietly. I just don't get it. I have no idea why it would be like so quiet on my phone. Let's see if I can close this guy out. Oh, is it on Bluetooth? That could be the problem. Let's see if I can make it play for you. I just want you to hear the answer, guys, so you can like see it.
The main speaker was Sam Altman, CEO of OpenAI. His mic drop quote was about the launch of GPT-4 Turbo. GPT-4 Turbo, a better model, is considerably cheaper than GPT-4 by a factor of 3x for prompt tokens.
Danny, you can get a CBB hat anytime you want, man. You just send me your new address, I'll send you one. That goes for any of the OGs out there. DM me, and I'll send you a hat or a promo code so you can get the hat offline for free. All right, so let's ask it one more question. We'll end this thing. And the question is going to be based on... Still not going here. Based on the things Sam said, what would be something to look forward to for next year's Dev Day? And this will be where we end it. So I said, based on the things Sam said, what would be something to look forward to for next year's Dev Day? By the time I was done reading that, the response is back.
Based on Sam Altman's remarks, next year's Dev Day is likely to showcase even more advanced AI capabilities, with progress towards more powerful AI agents and possibly new models surpassing GPT-4 Turbo.
I think that's pretty awesome, guys. I'll tell you, doing these videos live is nothing like doing a demo. What Sam and Mandela just did. I know I just murdered that dude's name. Microsoft CEO guy. super cool. Bald headed glasses man. Super fun dude. He like that dude's changed Microsoft, man. Microsoft, I just was like a hater on once I like learned how superior Apple experience was. But since he's come aboard, dude, and he's been crushing it for Microsoft, and now he's like looking like the ultimate genius with Altman on deck, uh, just crushing it with OpenAI. I, I just think that we are in a place where everyone and their mama and their sister and their daddy and their uncle and even the grandparents and the babies, they're all going to be wanting GPTs. I think chatbots are now going to be known as GPTs if they do their branding correctly, which is totally fine. And one thing that I'll leave you with, and it's coming from Sam Altman, paraphrase in a way, but I'll say this: all GPTs are indeed chatbots, and chatbots and bot in general have all sorts of different connotations. Historically, these chatbots have been dumb. They can tell you one thing, but they can't tell you the simple thing, right? All that's changed with large language models. All that changed again with functions, because now not only can the bot return just text and audio responses, now it can do things. Send things to Google Sheets, send things to your CRM, update loyalty points, alert management in bad situations. Like, this is incredible, incredible stuff. And we have the best tool on the planet to harness it. This was to fulfill my promise of enabling you guys to see that it's there. By tomorrow, we already know the exact updates we're going to make, namely with the flow builder. Shout out to Ali. I told you I'd give you the shout out, bro, who gave us the great idea to incorporate the audio by default if you're going to use the default reply. And we've got one more file to upload, and I think you guys can go ahead and run it. And you can definitely start uploading your files, and we'll upload the last file you need to select your agent, like I did with this last OpenAI test, and you'll be rocking and rolling, man. This is going to be so cool. Tomorrow's like, this is, for me, this is like pre-Christmas, Christmas Eve. Tomorrow is Christmas morning, and like, this was the Christmas present you get before the real deal Holyfield. Tomorrow, guys, I can't promise the time, but it will be tomorrow. We're going to just all be able to have the coolest, most powerful, potent GPTs that exist, chatbots that exist, that can work any and everywhere. And we're going to smoke everything in the GPT store. Whenever that thing opens up that's already saturated, the good news is people are going to be looking for the best solution that only we can make. So lastly, I just want to thank you for being patient. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being community minded and knowing that like we're real people. Like, I don't know any of the CEOs aside from the local ones who are amazing, and they're incredible people to be connected with where I live here in a nice part of the United States. The majority of the products, I don't know who made this polo shirt. I don't know anybody in the executive of Ralph Lauren Polo. We should change that. Y'all need some AI in your life, Ralph Lauren Polo. I don't know those guys. I don't know the shoes that I'm wearing. I don't know anyone that has anything to do with real decision making other than like maybe the person working the cashier, as long as that's still a job, which that looks like it's out the door across the board. Gas stations, grocery stores, shoe stores, why not? I don't know these people, but the ones that the folks that I do know, the connection that we have is powerful. I think that the connections that can be made now at scale with AI are going to allow the people that want to do the things to literally think it and do it. And we're going to give you the best tools to be able to do that. There's an unlimited amount of things that are going to be able to be solved quickly with AI. We must always remember to be responsible with this stuff. Thankfully, we've got great members that are not causing problems. There will be examples made for bad actors and people that are doing things that are not right. And again, we don't really have that with us that we see. Um, but I mark my words, before the end of the year, there's someone is going to do something horrible with AI. And I would imagine we'll have an AI related problem in the October surprise for next year's election, assuming we get that far. It's going to be AI related. AIs are going to be a weapon in so many ways, and it's unfortunate. So we've got to be focused on our lane of business communication, doing things the right way, setting the right standards, and making sure that we can take advantage of this gold rush that's literally about to happen. People are going to be looking for this stuff, and they're going to find you because you're going to have the best solution because you're using the best tools. But I just can't thank you guys enough from all over the world. I mean, I've had my friends up here from Africa that were in the chat. Who else do we have here? Uh-oh. Somebody couldn't hear some sound. Somebody says I'm a legend. Better, a little low. Gucci, we can hear it now. My man Asta, shout out to you. This guy, I'm just gonna shout him out right now. I mean, you can Google him. Just Google AI guy of Fiji or Asta AI Fiji, anything. This dude just overnight took over the whole space in his entire country because he saw the value of the tool. He was one of the first users to pay, didn't question anything as we were like literally launching our first site, which was like, it looked like a joke. We just had such little time. And don't judge a book by the cover, guys. I've said that for a long time. He's one that like was one of the first people to subscribe, and he's been with us ever since. And the dude's literally he's got more articles about himself than I have about myself. I've been doing this for 3 years. He's been doing this for 6 months. It's crazy. Who's this here? David, my man. I gotta link up with you soon. Farron, we value you big time as a community leader and someone who's always willing to help. Thank you for that. And you could check your if you're still watching Farron, you could retry that flow. And same with you, Ryan, because again, if the bot does something wrong, the number one thing to remember, or at least to think about first, the bot didn't do it wrong. We just told the bot what to do wrong, or we expected the wrong result based on how we've told the bot to act. The bot doesn't just do things. So, I mean, I show you guys this stuff live, and you see mistakes that other founders or other CEOs would probably have a stroke if they made a mistake or didn't work flawlessly on a live. Like I feel like that sometimes, but again, shout out to those guys that can rock these live events on stage. No one could do it like the man. Gary Vee was probably one of the first people I saw like rock a stage, but Steve Jobs was really just the one that invented this thing. No one could do a live demo like Jobs could, and he would get very frustrated if things didn't go well. I never get frustrated or angry. Thankfully, I'm always chill, and people are laughing at that know me. But it's hard stuff. So thanks for bearing with us, and thanks for the support. Thanks for believing in us. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the hate mail I get every now and then. That tells me I need to do better. I do think it'll make a PDF. That would be one thing, Gerd Doctor. I'll talk to you on Discord. By the way, if you're not on our Discord, shout out, join it. I'm 99.9% sure it'll make a PDF because I asked it to earlier and it did. With my GPT and another. But Asta, we open AI to be functioning. This is Keith. Yeah, what up, Keith? Keith is the man. I'm gonna get out of here, but I just have to give the shout outs. Who needs TV when you can watch TV? Oh, I'm sure that this is going to be a wild one. We might have to take this one down as soon as this one's done. So you might be the lucky ones getting to see this, and I'll come out with that nice produced 8-minute video that most of you probably want to see anyways. I can't wait to show in Chatbot Builder. I've been using the builder lately. It's sick. The builder or our builder, like I'm telling you, they like our brand. They like our style. Um, I think that people will like building with natural language, but at the end of the day, they're gonna love to like graduate to a real chatbot builder. Again, like not all chatbots are GPTs. All GPTs are chatbots, but chatbot builder AI chatbots are the best in the world, baby. Take that to the bank. How do you write the instruction? Okay, what's Kevin saying here? How do you write the instruction prompt? Like, is there a framework that we can use? Absolutely, there is. And people are creating their own concepts here. We have the 5 Ps: be profile, purpose, people, persistency, and perfection. Profile is business information, business profile, address, phone number, email, the contact information, the basics. What are the core products or services, even? That's the profile. The purpose, what do you want the bot to do? Is it a customer service bot, or is it a bot that's meant to generate leads? Is it a bot that's meant to sell things? Is it the bot meant to um, do something else that I'm not thinking of right now? That's the purpose. People, that is who your customers are. By including all of these things into your prompt in what we call the business information prompt area, what that does is it allows you to have the bot have ChatGPT customize literally what they've had to walk everyone through because it's so difficult to work on the back end. What we have been able to do is essentially allow you to have a prompt that is ran like an employee document. If you imagine your business information, the employee handbook that you hand to your bot to follow, it will follow it better than any employee you have on staff. It'll follow it better than you can as the business owner. That's how good the bot is. And you shouldn't be offended by that. We're not saying bots are better than people, but we are saying, or at least I am saying, our bots are better at performing most of the tasks people can perform. These are two different concepts. They're not saying a bot's better than a person. No, it's not the case ever. But a bot can write a story better than most people. It can write social media captions better than most copywriters. Take it to the bank, have a judge, blindfold the judge, and like prove me wrong. The power's in the prompt. So, yes, how do you write a prompt so that we can use the assistants to work like you want it to? You literally just tell it what to do, bro. It's that easy. Upload your documents, it'll read your documents. And that's what's so cool. Instead of all the programming, instead of having to run your own JSON or force JSON, we have made the bot so good that as long as you provide the assistant some basic instructions in the knowledge base, it'll automatically know when to use the document versus the prompt, which is a gigantic, like, I can't explain how powerful that is, especially when you're using 128,000 tokens for GPT-4 Turbo. You're able to have, legitimately over 300,000 words of instructions. Then you're able to also have all the documents, up to 20 gigantic documents. What's the loading limit? 20 documents per account, right? Per assistant, 20 documents. But they can be very huge documents. I think that might be just about. Oh, yeah, I missed some of that. He's gonna laugh when he reads all these. Yeah. Now you're gonna show. Now, okay. So Farron says now you are gonna have to have vector embedded. There, that's the thing that OpenAI solved, guys. This is the thing I've been telling y'all. Vector databases are dead, son, for most people's use cases. I've made personally made hundreds and hundreds of bots. Thousands of bots. I don't want to say how many, but over 10,000 bots have been made on our platform. And not a single time have we, minus some extremely, who I need to shout out to, geniuses over in Korea who I had the pleasure of. That'd be really cool to know if they're watching. But this is a super dope marketing agency out of Korea that uses our platform. And we had a phone conference myself, like super early in the morning for them, super late at night. Super nice dudes, and they were using LangChain or LangFlow and another software. And I had not seen that done in our platform. Obviously, you can integrate with any API for the most part that you can think of, but it was a very big problem to have timeouts. And there's another big platform out there who the founder works extremely hard, but they go after the wrong titles. They go after doing something first, but not first and good or first and the best. I don't want to be the first person to do something, but have the worst implementation, because that's how you lose trust, and that's how subscribers leave you. Okay, so if we bring something and it's like out there, official, you better believe it's gonna be the best in class, best in the world on the planet, right? Otherwise, I'm not gonna do it. And so all these embeddings in these vector database software guys, make sure that resume is tight, because OpenAI totally just killed your job. I mean, in some instances, yes, you will still need vector databases. Don't come at me with pitchforks, but the mega rush that vector database guys have just seen, absolutely, it is over. Sorry to be that dude. World's number one, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Wait. Are you saying we can grab info from the web? So, yes, I am saying that. You absolutely can. Hopefully, you're able to see that, and hopefully, I didn't screw it up too bad here. For example, the water samples are up to date. Absolutely, my friend. This is what an API call does. And don't feel bad for not knowing this, man. Like, I say this all the time. What we are doing is the most advanced thing in technology, even though it feels so easy once you start driving in that CBB Lamborghini. It feels easy to go fast and do advanced things and like pop wheelies and stuff, right? But what I'm saying is, man, you can do anything you want to do. You want to connect to the web? Sure. API call, external request. If you follow some of these fake AI gurus out here that like legitimately try to get you to use 10 different softwares because they're getting paid by 10 different softwares to tell you to use them, which is such a, it makes me so mad. The less software that you can use to achieve the goal, the better. The more zaps you have to use and the more intermediaries, I know people are messaging me on that one because they know, the more crap you're having to like pull out of your butt to make something work, the worse position you're putting yourself in, and the worst you're gonna really lose a lot of clients, because one of those softwares is gonna go down, and then you're screwed because you were reliant upon that one and that one and that one, and it could be coming down to a missed credit card payment on your side or their side. Now the whole thing's broken because you're relying on so many different things. You must become self-reliant. You must capture data from your customers and take that offline. If you get kicked off of Facebook, for better or worse, like, then you lose, and that's your main channel. What are you going to do? How are you going to reach your people? You're going to start all over? That's going to suck. You've got to get the contact data into a database like we provide. You don't even need your typical CRM, and that's coming too. So the CRM companies out there, go high, go low, go in the middle, go wherever you want. We're coming for you too. But we're going to go ahead and finish out locking down the game for all things chatbots. You want to get up to date water samples or weather samples, by all means, baby, you can do it. Gary, like I said, what up? What does this say? Wow, what did I find here? You found the most gangster, powerful, easy to use, mobile friendly, mobile first built business communication powered by AI that the world has ever seen. Lumen Life Labs. That's what you've found here. And I'm glad that you're here. I swear I should have been a freestyle rapper myself. What happens if you do TTS on a 3.5 turbo? Does it work? Absolutely, and it's super fast. Telecom's dead now, so we like this. I said this on my LinkedIn. Was it last year or this year? I said it on my LinkedIn just because I don't ever go on there, and I know it'll be very easy to find one day. But like, we totally killed community management this year. Community management on Facebook. Look at that little thumbs up thing. Oop, that's pretty cool. The did y'all see that? Or is it my cue to get off of here? I just saw a thumbs up thing pop up on my screen. So I'm just blown away. The call center game, done. A chatbot can do the job of 100 call agents all at the same time. Twilio has reassured us there's no limit they place on the call. So like this whole air AI thing that people are like freaking out about. We've got that thing built in, son. It's built in, and everyone has access to this technology. And we just got the access to the best because OpenAI is going to be the best, unless you're going to argue 11 Labs is better. Please save this live, man. I don't know. Amazon tips. I think this one might be too. I'm just going to say it. Sorry, Mom. It's too crunk, man. I might have to just like keep this one for the archives. I might save it for the Discord because I feel a little bit more safe there. Because I've made some bold claims today, baby. Asta, you're the man. I'm so glad you didn't blow away. I hope that store is gone. And for those that know, that's hilarious to me. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. I didn't say any of this tonight. I didn't say any of this tonight. You know what I'm saying? This is too fun to me, man. Golly, I love you guys. Facebook user, I can't see who you are on here, but you're the GOAT. We're all the greatest here. And look at this. I hacked air. All right, now it's time to go. So yeah, we won't talk crap. We're not haters, man. But we are the best in the game to ever play the game, and we will all be the best to ever play this game. We will own this space. There will only be one chatbot builder in AI, and all of you guys are going to be the operators. And I appreciate you, and I just can't thank you enough. But that, I'm out. Be on the lookout for tomorrow. I'll send out an email to the email list. If you don't get our emails, you're missing out. I don't spam you at all. I hardly ever send them, only if it's valuable. Sign up for our email list if you're not already getting them. And tomorrow we'll make the announcement when everything's just like up there, ready for you to just run it. So thanks for being patient with us, guys. Thanks for the support, and we'll see you soon. Peace.